Round 6 brings bikes with stripped fairings to Rockingham Motor Speedway. Can Scott Adam extend his Street Fighter A championship? And can anyone fight off Adam Shelton in the Thundersport 500s? Welcome to Thundersport Naked.
Yes, a big hello from Rockingham and Northamptonshire. Those of you that tuned in for a show that might have featured naked bodies, well, I've got some bad news for you. It's actually naked motorcycle racing. The unfaired machines, here they are, the Thundersport 500s first up, and Grace had it spot on. The question is, can anyone stop Adam Shelton, number 61, from winning this championship? Well, Neil Bainbridge there, number 100, will have a good go. Richard Blunt there, also on the front row. He's got a say in the top 3 overall, as has number 69, Carl Smalley. Keep an eye out for the likes of Rob Morby as well, and also Adam Horton, Ben Bailey. They will also be trying to get themselves on the podium here today, but away from the line we go, and it's a good start from Adam Shelton here at Rockingham as we just go through the first chicane. Still cranked over on the left and up towards the Dean hairpin for the first time. Looked like a decent start there from Carl Smalley, number 69. Matt Shillings has got away well also, number 24. Matt fighting for third in the championship. As things stand, coming into Rockingham, Shelton was on 395 points, a 24-point lead ahead of Bainbridge. Now, it would be more than that because he's won 70% of the races, but the races he's not been winning, he's not necessarily been finishing. So Bainbridge has kept nice and consistent. And there is Bainbridge, number 100, making number 24 there. Matt Shillings sit up, but that's Carl Smalley, number 69, on the rather bright Honda CB 500 there with the orange and yellow colour scheme. So the question is at the moment, where is Adam Shelton? Is he cleared off out front, or has he not got off to a decent start? There's Matt Shillings, number 24, just tucked up behind Neil Bainbridge. And Shillings has a big look over his shoulder as they come around Tarzan and up towards the Brook chicane. So the situation is in the championship. Shelton leads on 395, Bainbridge second with 371, and then there's a big scrap for third overall between Rob Morby, number 53, number 24, Matt Shillings, number 69, Carl Smalley, and number 13, Richard Blunt. In fact, there's just 53 points between those 4 riders. They can't catch up with Neil Bainbridge in second overall, so those 4 riders will be fighting it out for third overall. And there is Morby, the leader of the Seniors Cup, going up the inside of Richard Blunt, but just running out of room there, having to go over the curbs, and Blunt retakes that position. And in amongst those guys, number 49, Adam Horton. That's the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th as we come back towards the sharp end and see 69 there, Carl Smalley, still with an advantage ahead of Neil Bainbridge and Matt Shillings. Neil Bainbridge, who has been so consistent this year on the HPH Motorcycles Honda CB 500, a class that is eligible for Kawasaki's and Suzuki's, but it so happens that the weapon of choice is the Honda CB 500. In fact, today, Hondas everywhere. There isn't a single Kawasaki or Suzuki to be seen. We have had a couple out there so far this year, as we see a quick glimpse there of Mick Riddle, who's up inside the top 20. Currently up inside the points that we haven't seen so far. The likes of Ben Bailey, Gareth Thomas, Matthew Snow, Sam Smith, Darren Kay, Alan Brookbanks, Kevin Liddle and Ian Alkins. That there is the bright orange and yellow machine of number 69, Carl Smalley. As they come across the line, it's Shillings there in second place. Just closing up on Neil Bainbridge, or certainly trying to have a good go at it anyway. There's Adam Shelton, number 61. Apologies to you if you've not seen him so far. There's a reason for that. He's cleared off and checked out. On the first lap, he was a good 2 or 3 seconds clear of anyone else, and he is by far the better rider on the day here this weekend. Just absolutely perfect. He's already broken the lap record that belonged to Adam Clark, and he's just lap after lap putting in the times. Now, he's well aware of the situation in the championship. At each round, it seems to be the situation where he wins 3 races and then he doesn't score. Not necessarily always his own fault. He's had a couple of mechanical problems, but the problem with that is that you score, 75 points through those 4 races, and then someone like Bainbridge is picking up 2nd or 3rd in every single race, and guess what? Your lead isn't so big by the time you get to the next round, so Shelton has to try and finish off here a perfect weekend. As you just see Rob Morby there, number 53, being chased down by 49 Adam Horton. Rob Morby is absolutely blitzing the Seniors Cup, by the way. Seniors Cup for riders aged X and over. He's 83 points ahead of Alan Brookbanks, with Kevin Liddell in 3rd. And a couple of places further back is young Phil Doody, number 147, who's at the moment embroiled in a battle between Jonathan Perry and Mick Riddle. But this is the fight for 5th, 6th and 7th. At the moment, Richard Blunt with that advantage. Richard also competing in the Golden Era Superbike class, as I'm sure you've seen on Thundersport Plus here on Motors TV. Rob Morby, well, he's been about for quite a few years, certainly in club racing. He's, if memory serves me, he's an ex-New Era 250 GP champion. So plenty of experience. As we see here, Matt Shillings, number 24, one of the younger riders in the field, currently ahead of Neil Bainbridge. Shillings from Howden. And as we entered this round, he was about 34, 35 points behind Rob Morby overall in the championship. Desperately wanting to get himself 3rd overall. Neil Bainbridge is almost sewn up 2nd place. All he can do is just keep on getting the results, stay consistent, and hope that Adam Shelton has another mistake or two, because at the moment nobody's catching him. He's absolutely home and dry at the moment, number 61. He's capable of a mistake, I will say that, but the young rider from Hull on the Joinery Depot Honda has basically, it's in his hands, this one, as we just see there, number 56 going past. That's John Ingram. Now, John isn't a usual Thundersport 500 rider, but he is riding in this one. It's all in aid of charity and cancer, I think it's Macmillan Cancer. And they're helping raise money on the side also for Sarah and Amy in the paddock, and it's all going very well indeed. They're earning a lot of money, but John Ingram, he can just about turn his hand to anything. He's out there at the moment, and he's just outside the top 20 actually, but Phil Crowe was also supposed to be racing in this one, but I'm not sure what happened. Maybe the suspension took a bit of a pounding. Look at that, and that is why he's so talented. Adam Shelton, the only rider to back in a CB 500 into Tarzan there, using all of the rear brake. It's amazing actually. At Cadwell Park earlier in the season, had the pleasure during qualifying of just walking down through Hall Bends. You didn't even need to open your eyes to know that it was Shelton, because you could hear the rear tyres screeching through as he tipped into the hairpin. And he really is a talent, and here it is, 25 points again, another win for Shelton. As easy as that, and a massive, well, he thought he was going to do a stoppie at the end there, but he just uses a bit of extra rear brake. Adam Shelton, the winner, another win to his name. He extends his championship lead. He's still got a way to go before he can be crowned champion. He's got to just get himself a bit of extra consistency. It's ever so easy to throw it all away. One mistake and the championship could go, but here at Rockingham, that was pretty easy for Shelton, wasn't it? Shillings does take 2nd. That's a good result for Matt. Neil Bainbridge 3rd, Carl Smalley 4th, Rob Morby in 5th place, still leading the Seniors Cup. Richard Blunt 6th, ahead of Adam Horton, Ben Bailey, Gareth Thomas was 9th, and Matt Snow finished in 10th place. So the championship as we move to Anglesey, you can see there Shelton's still in charge, but not by a huge amount. Bainbridge can still win this one from there. Rob Morby in 3rd, Shillings 4th, Smalley 5th, Blunt in 6th. That battle for 3rd in the championship continues. So here they are on the podium then. Let's hear from the winner, Adam Shelton.
Winner Adam Shelton, a good result for you there, especially after you didn't start the race at Alton Park for the double points race, so it must be good to come back and win this one.
Yeah, it's going a lot better this weekend as a whole. Having a bit of problems with the front springs in the forks because they're progressive and it's not turning how I want it to, but we'll try and sort that out for the next one. But yeah, massive thanks to Joinery Depot, Ashcourt, Motul, new sponsor, Five Ways, AGV, Carabuild, Verco, Five Ways, everybody. I'm sorry if you're not on the list, it's really hard to remember, but cheers guys anyway. All right.
Yeah, well, let's hear now from the Seniors Cup winner. There's Rob Morby.
Winner of the seniors race, Rob Morby, a good win for you there. You won at Alton Park as well, and now another one here, and especially because your fellow senior competitors were quite a way down the grid from you in that race.
Yeah, that's right. The Senior Cup's going really well for me. It's a great thing that Bernie and Dave have decided to put on this year to just encourage people to keep racing. It's a safe class, keeps people on the grid, and it is really good racing. And of course, the lads at the front in the overall really trying hard. They're practicing all the time and they're doing really well. It makes a great spectacle. So I'm really pleased just to be involved. And another win is fantastic.
That's brilliant, Rob. Thank you. Any sponsors to thank?
Just Racing Lines Derby and the boys there. J&RB Racing. John Baker's had a bit of bad luck this week, but he's here today supporting me. And my thoughts go out to him again. I'd like to thank my partner Jane, who's not here. She's always here, but she's just not here this weekend. I'd like to thank her as well.
Well done to you, Rob, as we see a great bit of action there from Adam Shelton. We're going to take a quick break. A&R Street Fighters coming up soon. Welcome back to Thundersport Naked. We're at Rockingham and it's time for the A&R Racing Street Fighters. Scott Adam, number 38, on pole position. That wonderful bright helmet, you can spot him out a mile away. And here is his championship rival, Reese Rothwell, on the Triumph. Plenty of riders to keep your eye out for here. A couple of gaps on the grid. We've had a few riders falling down. Gordon Wright there is on the left of your picture, number 11 on the KTM Super Duke. And he's currently third in the championship. 3 classes in one here, Street Fighter A, B and C, all different engine capacities to denote which class you're in, and it's Reese Rothwell that gets the advantage, and he clears off now as he tries to get an advantage over Scott Adam. This battle between these two has been going on all season long, and immediately Scott Adam trying to get himself up the inside. He is the championship leader, and as they tip into Dean, the hairpin there, and accelerate out, Scott Adam already out in front. Scott Adam leads the Street Fighter Extreme and Street Fighter A championship overall. Reese Rothwell in second, 79 points behind Scott Adam as we came into Rockingham, and Reese there, number 9, just getting his nose up ahead of Scott Adam for the time being. Gordon Wright on the KTM Super Duke is in a comfortable third, and when I say comfortable, I mean that there's not really any challenges coming from behind in fourth. But he's a good 200 odd points behind Reese Rothwell, so he's just got to get himself some track time. He's not been to most of these circuits. He's certainly not been here to Rockingham before. He's a one-man band, travels down in his van from Falkirk. Quite a drive for him. In Street Fighter B, well, it's a 911 Adam Sheriff on his Honda CBR. He leads that championship ahead of Ryan Strafford. He's 145 points ahead, so it's his to lose, really. Adam Palfreman. Adam Palfreman or Dave Palfreman. I'll have to double check that actually. Third in the championship. It is Dave Palfreman. Sorry, Dave. Who is third in the championship, 215 points behind Sheriff. And then Richie Harrison is on 232. So Dave Palfreman and Richie Harrison in Street Fighter B's will be fighting it out for third in the championship. Rich Harrison is number 48. Keep your eyes out for him. And in Street Fighter C, Keith Warren leads, number 115. He's out there on the Supermoto KTM 690. He leads ahead of 88, Andy Driver. He's on his self-made, self-built MZ 690. Wonderful looking machine out there. He's actually having a very good weekend, as we just see there. 57 and 911. Strafford and Sheriff fighting it out for the Street Fighter B championship and almost knocking each other off there as they go around Gracelands and up towards Tarzan. Stratford there. Both of these riders also fighting out in the Golden Era Superbike class, actually in the Sparklight Racing Super Sports on 600. So they enter 2 championships, and they're both fighting for both championships. So it's a relatively interesting situation, but they both know each other relatively well. But there they are on their Street Fighter Bs. Effectively, most of the Street Fighter Bs that you see out there are 600s with flat bars and the fairings removed. Street Fighter As, well, they vary. You've got a few 675 trick bits out there. They're all brake horsepower limits for each class, but Scott Adam at the moment has been so quick this year. Every single lap record here at Rockingham has just been obliterated. One nice gesture that's coming out of all of this is that at the moment there is, I think it's the bike insurer that put up a £500 prize for the rider that breaks the lap record by the biggest margin at each weekend. And at the moment, Scott Adam is odds on for that. And Scott did say to me before this race that if he does indeed get it, he will put the money towards Macmillan Cancer Support. What a lovely gesture that is from Scott. So, well, in a way, I kind of hope he does get that lap record, because that is a lovely gesture from him. There's Rob Pragnell just taking a bit of a wide line through Brook. At the moment, Reese Rothwell leads. Number 9 here, the reigning defending champion in Street Fighter A and Street Fighter Extreme. We've not perhaps had the competition we'd have liked to have seen in this championship this year. There's a few riders that have, well, certainly that got themselves injured before we even started racing. A lot of people that just can't wait to get on a bike before the start of the season, so they go out for a play, and guess what? They injure themselves for the whole year. There's Dave Palferman. Dave and his brother usually race. Adam's taking a bit of a break from racing at the moment. It's Dave Palferman at the moment there. Well, he is in 6th place and is 3rd in the Street Fighter B, so he's making place up on Richie Harrison, who's a couple of positions lower down. So this is your battle for the overall win between number 9 Reese Rothwell and number 38 Scott Adam. The battle for Street Fighter B is Stratford and Sheriff. Further back for Street Fighter C, Duncan McMillan. Nice to see Duncan back with us, a regular at Thundersport when he's not on duty. He is in 10th place overall. He leads Street Fighter C ahead of Andy Driver and Keith Warren. But this is as close a battle as we've seen between Scott Adam and Reese Rothwell so far. They're both lapping in sort of 27s and 28s, which is well under lap record pace. And they're coming up to some traffic there. That is Andrew Castle and Rob Pragnell. There's Pragnell and Castle, number 45. And the two leaders there just filtering their way around Andrew Castle, one going in underneath, the other going around the outside, but nice and safely done as they go past Rob Pragnell. Reese Rothwell at the moment with the advantage. And he's got some catching up to do in the championship. It's not over just yet. There's of course 4 rounds to go. We're here at Rockingham. We've got Anglesey coming up next month, and that's a good move from Scott Adam, actually out-braking Reese Rothwell and going around the outside. So Reese caught napping there, and Scott Adam takes full advantage. He can't keep the front wheel down though. He just has to adjust his line as they tip into Yentwood. The first right-hander on this Rockingham circuit, 90 degrees right. Caught a lot of riders out this weekend because it is the first right-hander on the circuit. Cold tyre. And this is the only circuit on the Thundersport calendar that is anti-clockwise. It's a rather unusual situation that if you, through your head, go through all of the circuits, you'll quickly realise that there are not many out there that are anti-clockwise, as Scott Adam continues to lead this one ahead of Reese Rothwell, and Reese will desperately want to try and pinch back first place here. There are points in your own class, Street Fighter A for these guys, and then there are points that are accumulated overall, which is the Street Fighter Extreme, and at the moment Scott Adams got his hands on both trophies as they go across the line. Not long to go in this one now between Scott Adam and Reese Rothwell, and Scott looks like he's pulling the pin here. He's got past Reese Rothwell in the closing stages of that last lap. Reese looked like he might just be able to mount a challenge, but now Scott has decided, right, I've had enough, I am clearing off. Here we go. Around Dean. Really has got to grips and suits this Suzuki that he's got with the flat bars. And that is really all a Street Fighter is for most of these anyway. It's just your standard Suzuki, get a set of flat bars on it, take off the side fairings, and hey presto, you have a Street Fighter machine. And it's nice to know that a few lap records are going as well, because a lot of the lap records held in this class from Jamie Wilkins, he still has his hands on the majority of them, but not here at Rockingham. Scott Adam has a look over his shoulder there, and whatever he's done on this last lap, it's working. He's broken away from Reese Rothwell, and it looks like any effort from Reese is too little and too late. As they go around Brook onto the start-finish straight. Good last lap this from Scott Adam. He comes onto the start-finish straight, and it's a win for Scott. Beautifully done. 25 points. He extends his Street Fighter A championship lead. He extends his Street Fighter Extreme championship lead. And Reese Rothwell finishes in second. Ryan Strafford there in third. Wins Street Fighter B ahead of Adam Sheriff. And if you look a little bit further down there, in 10th place, Duncan McMillan. He won the C class. So good effort from Duncan. Despite not having come to every single round, that's a big bunch of points for him. It's still, however, Keith Warren that leads that championship. So here are the point standings then. Scott Adam leads still heading into Angle C. Reese Rothwell second, Gordon Wright third. Adam Sheriff in fourth place. He's a Street Fighter B rider ahead of Stania, Strafford, Palfreman, Richard Harrison, Mick Riddle is in ninth, and Phil Page, good old Phil, 10th place there for Phil. So let's have a word with the Street Fighter C winner, Big Dunk.
Winner of the Street Fighter C class, Duncan McMillan. It's nice to see you back here on the podium. Must be a good feeling for you as well.
It is. I got a swap from work. A lad helped me out yesterday, Dave Barker, and come back here. One race win yesterday in a second. And today I had to beat the MZ, got a good start and won by quite a bit, yeah. Really, really happy.
Good result there. And what about Ryan Strafford? He wins Street Fighter B.
And Street Fighter B winner, Ryan Strafford. A good win for you there, but tough competition on the way.
Yes, it was hard. A little bit easier yesterday. Yeah, it was definitely difficult. The Sheriff was pushing me all the way, showed his wheel a couple of times, but yeah, just pulled the pin and left him.
And finally, let's catch up with the overall race winner, Scott Adam.
You've been facing competition from the Rothwell brothers all year. That's a good win for you there because you fought him off all the way.
It is, yeah. I mean, I made a bit of a mistake on the first lap there and tried to throw myself off, and Reese got in front and pulled a bit of a gap. Didn't think I was going to pull it back because, it's been very, very close between us all day yesterday. Just managed to nip at his heels a little bit and sort of get him with a lap to go, I think it was. So, yeah, it's quite chuffed for that. I mean, it's quite hot, it's difficult, it's quite a physical challenge, physical circuit, so, yeah, chuffed.
That's it from Rockingham then. Join us again for another issue of Thundersport Naked next month from North Wales in Anglesey.